Speaking of 15th Street, is people wondering what's going on with the conversation between the city, the university, and obviously this was brought up, and we touched on this a little bit, and where are we at with the talks about the possibility. I know a lot of Laramie residents don't like this about closing down 15th around the university there for a couple blocks.
Well, there's a report due back to the legislature on November 1st, and I know the university is talking about it in earnest. I believe it'll be on the Board of Trustees meeting in mid-September, and trying to make sure that we work with UW to get some public meetings set up for late September, early October, to get some public feedback before we take everything back to the legislature.
Okay. Or do you get a sense of what direction we're leaning right now?
I don't have any direction. The council hasn't taken a position on this, and I don't know whether they will take an official position or not. The information that I think the city is providing, working with UW, is more the what ifs. If this is something they did, these are the things that we would have to consider: public safety, utilities, all the infrastructure needs that are under it, as well as traffic management, and taking all of those pieces to the conversation.
Okay, all right. Well, because I think there's a lot of residents that are concerned about closing that one of the major north-south thoroughfares, even though it does go through campus and you do have to slow down. That's still quite a bit of folks travel that direction during a given year. I mean, all you have to do is just check out the traffic and what it's done to increase some of the areas with that intersection being closed this summer.
Absolutely. No, we've had a chance to do some traffic counts with that closure this summer that I hope will help bring more information to that overall traffic management plan. But 15th Street is a major arterial in our city, and there's no way to get around the impact there could be substantial if we close that street. We would have significantly more traffic going down 9th Street, 22nd Street. It would cause a lot of rerouting, and the City of Laramie would have to be able to handle that, which would probably require some more construction projects.
And then you got to turn to the state, because if this came out of the state legislature right at the end of this, back in late February, early March, right before they departed. And what was interesting to me about that was it was brought up by somebody who wasn't even a representative here locally. So the question becomes, who from the university is bringing this up? Because I think, I'll be honest with you, a lot of people are going to wonder why you guys may not take a position on this.
Well, I think that's a valid question too. As far as UW, I can't speak for them at all, but I know that those conversations are going to be ongoing, and it's important for UW and the city to kind of walk together on this as far as the process that we go through, so that we're holding public meetings where we're both there. We can both hear the community feedback from it. We can both hear the student impact or feedback, as well as faculty and staff, and so that everybody's on the same page with the same information. And until we know, whether there's a real desire from UW to do this, or kind of where they're at, I think that's kind of why the city's holding off. And also, This was a legislative footnote, so we're kind of unsure of the territory. This is certainly not something that the city brought up, but as you well know, we're part of the conversation now. All
right, so again, look for some hopefully news coming out on public forums to have a conversation between the city, the university, and you folks in the public sometime later this month and into early October. More than one, it sounds like?
Yeah, I would imagine. Personally, I'm going for 2 to 3 in different locations, campus, community, try to open it up to as much as we can.